I feel like I should preface this all by saying I'm mad extra. What's up, bougie bosses? It's your girl Kayla Simmons, and today we're going to be talking about whether you're overdramatic or just fed up. I feel like I should preface this all by saying I'm mad extra. Like, like mad extra. If you couldn't tell already by my appearance, I always said that big hair, big lashes, big dreams is my motto. You know what I'm saying? Like, the bigger the better with me, okay? So that's just my personality, and I've always loved that about myself until I don't. And this is usually when I'm at a crossroads in a relationship. Now, because of this, because of me being so extra and fabulous, you know what I'm saying? Bougie boss, hashtag bougie boss gang, okay? Because of me being that way, when I am serious, a lot of times I notice that people wouldn't take me as seriously because I'm just extra in 90% of the things that I do, okay? So when I am serious, people don't take me seriously, which of course sucks because, when I'm serious, don't be trying me, okay? So I just want to take a walk down memory lane, give you guys a little story time, if you will, okay? So let's just flash this thing on back to 3 years ago. I'm in school, okay? I'm in college, recent college graduate, okay? So I'm in school, and I decide, I get close with this girl, and we become really close friends, and so we decide to move in together. Why did I do that? Listen, I'm not knocking nobody. I'm not saying you shouldn't live with your friends, but don't live with your friends. Like, don't be doing it, okay? Because almost everything that could have went wrong, all right? So let me just say, the roommate and the friend, I found out that this person had a significant other, like serious significant other, you know what I'm saying? And I knew about this person beforehand. I didn't know it was that serious though until after we had moved in together. So this person would make mad inappropriate comments, like, I'm talking inappropriate, y'all, like very inappropriate comments. And I would just, brush it off, which I have to take accountability. I wasn't taking it that seriously at first. I would just brush it off. I didn't think much of it, which I shouldn't have done that. So, of course, if I'm not taking it seriously, I can't expect them to. That's not fair. So I do have to take accountability for brushing it off in the beginning and laughing it off and not taking it seriously. And then, of course, things kind of began to escalate. I realized that my friend and new roomie was as crazy as she was. And by default, her significant other, like, I remember one time they got into it so bad, like the significant other got my phone number somehow and was blowing me up about some beef that they was having, and it was just crazy. And like the comments kind of began escalating, different statements that were being made. Like, it was just mad. It was getting really crazy, and by this time, I was getting really irritated. I still wasn't taking it as seriously as I should have been, because I didn't think it was that serious, but I was definitely very mad and frustrated at this point. And so it wasn't until I was at work one day talking to another friend, like kind of just venting about everything, that she was just like, girl, that is sexual harassment. Like, that's really serious. Like, the stuff she's making, the stuff she's doing. Oh, and I forgot to tell y'all, but this time it's like I'm being, like, pictures are being taken of me, like in my body parts. Like, I'm like being videoed and put on camera without my knowledge. And, because it's like, if I'm in my room just chilling with my roommate, like, I'm not going, like, I'm chilling. I ain't walking around naked, but I'm not going to have a bunch of clothes on, like, so I was being, like, revealed in, a sort of way, and especially without my knowledge. Like, that's not cool. So she went to her mom about it, she deals with these types of situations, and they were just like, girl, this could qualify, like all this stuff that's going on, this would qualify for a Title IX case. Like this is not like this is not good. And I was just like, okay, well, at the end of the day, I didn't want to get the girl in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to ruin her life. Like even though I was irritated and I knew we probably wouldn't have been friends later on in life. Like, there's a difference between not being friends with someone and then just like demolishing their academic career. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she was a nursing major, and anybody who like knows nursing majors or has been in school, like y'all know, like that is a really strict curriculum. Like they do not play that mess. Like I always say, nursing and education majors, like, I mean, I have a business degree, and of course there's like certain qualifications, but it's just those majors are so strict, and so like any little thing, man, like you have to stay on it. And I didn't want to I knew if I would have went to somebody about that would have messed her up, right? So I decided, let me not just take it to the higher ups right now. Let me just go directly to her, because I feel like, at the end of the day, we were friends first. And so I don't want to just go and like completely blindside her if I didn't even give her like a warning or a heads up, like, hey, this is bothering me, right? And so I did. I went to her, like, and your girl ain't stupid. Mama is a paralegal, okay? Your girl's mama is a paralegal. We don't play that stupidity over here. So I did record it, just to like, for evidence for my sake. So I did do that, and I basically went to her and I was just like, listen, sis, you know what I mean? This is making me uncomfortable, XYZ. And at this point, like, I'm not even telling y'all all the stuff that had transpired. Like, even to my friends, like, she was my roommate now at this point, was making inappropriate comments to my friends. And then in this conversation, when I kind of brought that up, she even went to the degree to actually lie about that. And so that's when I was just like, okay, I'm trying to come to you to resolve all this, and you're not even coming clean. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, just be honest. Like, I'm coming to you as a friend because I care about you, and I know deep down, you're a good person. Like, don't start lying now, like, because that'll bring in a whole other issue. And I don't know, it got really bad, and I was just like, the talk, I mean, I don't know, she kind of just brushed everything off and then tried to put off everything on her significant other, not really take accountability for self, which irritated me. But I was still like, you know what, at least, she was somewhat receptive. And I just want to give her another chance, because I really don't want to have to, like, take it to any, like, the higher ups that be. And so I ended up going, what I do after that, I told my other friend, I was just like, I don't want to get anybody involved. I just kind of want to wait it out, see if things change. And I mean, it was good for maybe like a day. And then after that, child, I ain't trying to, put nobody business out there, but sis was like, she had dealings with people that weren't her significant other, okay? And they were in our apartment, and like, let's just say there was one time where somebody that she had brought around, he basically saw me half naked twice, 2 times, within 24 hours. And I was just like, all right, like, I'm out here, like, we just got cool. And I ain't no hater. Now, if that, we already established, if that's what you doing, that's not my business or whatever. Like, just let me know, cool. But like, if you just got back on good terms with somebody, because during this whole thing, I had started distancing myself, and she noticed that. So if, like, we just got cool, common sense would tell you, hey, maybe I should just hold off on all the extra stuff right now. Like, common sense, right? Okay. So, like, literally right after we had this conversation and I'm starting to come back around, you bring somebody in here who, like, and you, first time you catch me off guard, I don't know he's coming. And then the second time you're just like, oh, such and such is coming by, and I'm just like, okay. And now you need the room, and I'm out on the couch, being too nice again as usual, but it's just like I was just in such shock. Like, I didn't know, I just couldn't believe like you really that bold to do all that, right? And so basically, after that, I was just like, okay. I went to her again and just told her straight up, because you know what I mean, even though confrontation makes me nervous, like when you grown, you just gonna have to accept that there comes a time where you gotta confront people. And once again, I did not want her being blindsided, so I just went to her and I was just like, listen, I'm moving out. Like, this is just, I can't do this anymore, you know. I'm uncomfortable, like, with the comments, XYZ, all that. But what I did was, when I went to the office to request to change rooms, I only told them enough to where she wouldn't get in trouble. I didn't tell them about any of like the sexual harassment type stuff, or like anything that will really like would cause her to get in trouble. I just told them enough to where I would be able to move. Because I still was just like, regardless of me and this girl's friendship kind of, you know, falling out, I don't want to ruin her life. And so we scheduled for me to move out like towards the end of that semester after exams, because I just didn't want to do that during that time. It would be too much going on. And so, you know, I have like, I don't know, it's maybe a week and a half before all this, before I'm scheduled to move. And then I wake up one day to a message from her significant other. Now, keep in mind, remember when I said that the significant other was blowing my phone up about some argument they had a few months prior to? Well, I had ended up blocking that number. So I guess sis found a new number to text me at. Her significant other. Now, I wake up to a message from her significant other texting me about some dishes. Now, anybody who knows me knows I'm not a dirty person. I mean, and while we were there, like, not only would I wash the dishes, I would cook for her. I would even make this girl's plate. And my thing is, like, let's not resort to petty stuff, right? Like, I came to you as an adult saying this is what it is. There was a pan that from a few days ago that, like, it still was sitting there and it hadn't been washed because we ran out of dish soap. Now, I don't know who raised, like, all these randoms, but like, I'm not about to just clean no dish with stuff in it with just water. And I didn't have a car, so it's just like, I mean, I have to wait until I can go and get dish soap before I can wash it. Let's not be trying to act like I'm out here dirty when not only have I washed my dishes, I've washed yours, I've put them up, I've cooked for you and brought you to, like, I done freaking served you dinner, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I've served you. Like, so let's not act like I'm even like that. And so that was kind of just the final straw. And I was just like, all right, I tried to play nice. I tried to, like, you know what I mean, do everything, but I'm fed up. Like, I can't deal with that anymore. And I can't be having you out here thinking you could just come at me and have your people come at me any time of way. So even though I was shaking, y'all, because I hate confrontation, I went out into that living room and I told her, like, listen, why did your significant other hit me up, like, XYZ? And I was calm about it. I was just like, you know, your significant other, they hit me up, like, you know, that's not cool, basically. And she was just like, well, I can't control what they do. Listen, you may not be able to control what they do, but you definitely could have, you don't even realize how much you just messed yourself up. Like, you can't control what they do, but you have influence. And, you know, if you wasn't such a messy individual and you would have went to this person, like, you know, basically stay in your lane, then this whole thing could have been prevented. And so, and the thing is, like, I mean, of course, my parents at this point, they had been knowing what's going on, and I hit them up, and they was on the way immediately because, you know, Christy and Gerard, they don't play that. And so, you know, I ended up having to go back to the housing thing and tell them I need to move out now. And anybody knows that if you need to do like an emergency leave out, you need a legitimate reason why. And so I basically had to tell them everything, which I didn't want to do, but we tried. Like, you'll understand, like, even my parents, like, they tried with the girl's parents, like, can we talk outside of this? Can we try to resolve? And it's just like, listen, there comes a point, some people, they just make you go there. And so I had to go there, right? And that's just kind of how that played out. I did an emergency leave out that night, and we had to do put a no contact order in place, which it basically ran through either if it only would end if one of us like changed schools, or if like once we graduated, which obviously I think she changed schools like a year or two ago, and it don't matter now because I'm graduated now. So yeah, like that's kind of how that played out. I have stories like these for days, but I just thought that would be an interesting one to tell you, just because, you know, a lot of times it's not with people that we don't really know like that. It's with people who we consider the closest to us, our loved ones. And it's just like, you know, they don't think that we're, you know, that we should be taken seriously, and that, you know, our vulnerable moments aren't worth it. Like, listen, I got my notes here because I don't want to miss nothing for y'all. But I just want to say, like, you know, you saw in the video a few days ago that I released on, or a few weeks ago, whatever, whenever I released my storytelling video, how I talked about how I would always, you know, make myself uncomfortable to make other people comfortable. Looking back, I shouldn't have did all that. Like, you know what I mean? I shouldn't have given her that many chances. I was trying to show grace. But, you know, as soon as she kind of blew me off the first time, like, I should have been did something, and I shouldn't have waited. But because, you know what I mean, I didn't want to, like, be looked at as over dramatic, or, you know what I mean, because at first, you know, like I said in the beginning, I brushed it off at first, and I just didn't want to be looked at as doing too much or extra or trying to make something out of nothing. That was not the case. And most times, like, if you're feeling like something is really wrong, you're not being dramatic. You know, most of the times it really is an issue that needs to be addressed, and you shouldn't keep making yourself uncomfortable to make other people comfortable. Okay, like, word of the wise. You know, and just also I want to put out there, you're not a burden. You're not a burden for going to someone about something that bothers you, because if they really care about you, then they will want to fix it. They will want to resolve it. I can't tell y'all how many relationships I've ended within the last few years because I wasn't taken seriously in my moments of vulnerability, like with, you know, issues that I was struggling with and all these unsettled feelings that I had. Like, I can't tell you how many people I've had to let go. And it's like, you know, it's no hate, it's no beef, you know what I mean? But it's just like, I'm just gonna love you from a distance, because if you can't respect me and my feelings, then you don't deserve to partake, you know, and be a part of my inner circle, because I have to protect my energy. You know, I have to be my number one priority, all right? And I also want to end on this note. Please show yourself grace. Forgive yourself. I really had to, I was really hard on myself in this situation, and in a lot of other situations like this, where, you know, things came to a crossroads and I had to, you know, walk away. I was really hard on myself for what I allowed to go down in the past and how much I allowed before actually taking action. But you know what? Show yourself grace. Forgive yourself. Just because you allowed something in the past, that doesn't mean that you can't change your mind now and, you know what I mean, make the decision to walk away. We're human. We have the capabilities to change our mind, okay? So don't be so hard on yourself. Forgive yourself. Show yourself grace. You know what I mean? It's a learning curve. It's a lesson learned, okay? So just take it as that, and don't be hard on yourself. Don't beat up on yourself, okay? Because you it, girl. You all that. You all that in a bag of chips, okay? You bigger and you better now because of it. That situation taught me so much about confronting, like, because I've never had to confront somebody like that, you know, because I was so timid. But that situation taught me how to woman up and, you know what I mean, be about my, okay? So boss up, girl. You got it. Forgive yourself. And remember to always make yourself a top priority, all right? There is nothing dramatic about that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and if you want to see more bomb content, hit that subscribe button, okay? Smash it, okay? I want to see more of you. I love you, bougie bosses. See you next time. Bye.